The price of Bitcoin right now is $65,986. And today is an interesting day because the market yesterday literally took a huge tumble, and that was fantastic news. We caught the dip. I said it was bearish, and we were shorting it. I'm to show you what that position looks like right now. There's still $5,700 left to take. We took a $33,700 profit, but we remain short here. I've got a couple of questions from my perspective as to what's going on with the price of Bitcoin, because there is a potential here that we are actually forming this inverse head and shoulders pattern, and being short on Bitcoin right now might not be the best idea. Today, we're going to discuss a lot of things to do with the price of Bitcoin, where it's headed, and what's going to happen to the altcoin market going forward, because that for me is where all of the gains, all of the money is going to be made from the boom in the altcoin space when we receive huge amounts of adoption. If you're interested in what's to come, slap a like on today's video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We've got crypto news and all sorts, and let's crack on with this. First things first, is this an inverse head and shoulders or is it a bear trap? Looking at the current price of Bitcoin, there's a couple of things that you could say this is. One of which is a diamond top pattern. A diamond top pattern is where Bitcoin's price does basically this position here, and then it continues trading something like this, and then it takes a huge dive to the downside. The key thing here is, where are those levels of liquidation? Now, if we look at the current liquidation heat map on the 24-hour cycle for Bitcoin, you can see that there are some major levels of liquidation up here at around $67,800, a level that we've not seen now since, kind of this morning. We were there this morning, but there are some levels up there, but they're not kind of huge levels. If we're looking on the 3-day chart right now, we can see that a lot of leverage has actually been removed from the market, and you can see that there's a bit of leverage of liquidation up here, and there's a bit down here, but nothing really that serious. So then we need to be looking at the current funding rates and assessing, look, are people still majority long? Oh, well, yes, because when you see red on this chart, that means too many people are going long right now, or long is definitely by far the most popular position. And currently, most people in the crypto markets are long with some extraordinary funding rates. If we change these funding rates to look at what it actually costs per year for a funding rate on DYDX, you're paying 100% of the value of your position per year in just to keep it open. So these have to come down. This has to reset. The market yesterday, although it did liquidate a lot of people, and we can see that from this here, like billions and billions of dollars of liquidations. Even if we go to the weekly chart, you can see that we wiped out a tremendous level here on this chart. I'll give it a second to load. There we go. You can see we wiped out basically 2.4, 2.2, 2 billion. A lot of billions of dollars of liquidations happened when the price of Bitcoin dropped down to these levels, down at approximately $59,000. That wiped out a lot of leverage, but that leverage returned to the market immediately. And that's an interesting question. So are the bulls still in charge, or are the bears gonna take charge? From my perspective right now, I'm just trading with optimism on the altcoin market and kind of realism in the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin is high. When you zoom out on this chart and it just goes in one singular direction, only up, and we've yet to come down and retest kind of $55,000 to $57,000 level down here. And the reason we need to do that is we've not had a retest of the outside of this trading formation yet. And it's pretty rare that Bitcoin would break all the way out without even coming down and retesting that level. Now, it's guaranteed pretty much that we're gonna come down and retest this level at some point in time. It always happens in every bull market. It doesn't matter the way that you look at it. If we're to zoom in on the past, let's remove that tool for a second. We're to zoom in on the past. I clicked on the wrong button again. There we go. And then we look here, basically always Bitcoin comes down and it retests these lower levels. We could take this point here and go to here, to here, to here. Always, we can break out, we come down. I mean, that could be where we are right now, and we're about to rally all the way back up again. It could be about to fade us. Now, bear in mind, this is the daily chart, so this is a very different scenario. Point is, we always come down, we always test support again. So we will be coming down back to $55,000 at some point in time. But the question is, in the short term, is that going to happen, or are we just going to keep rallying from here? It's a very, very difficult call right now. From my perspective, I'm in a short, but at the same time, it's not a huge position. In terms of the sizing of that short, it's $714,000. It's not mega, it's 10 Bitcoin short, which is, I'm not going to be holding that short. So I guess the best thing that I could tell you at this point in time is what invalidates my theory. My theory is invalidated at the point whereby we break above this level here. This level being about $67,500. That would return me around a minus $10,000 loss on my trade, and at that point in time I'm out, because at that point in time you can see that we would basically be forming this big old inverse head and shoulders, and it's likely that we would have another break to the upside, and at that point then I'm again looking to short resistance here at $69,000. However, I'd keep a tight stop loss on that short, because as soon as we break into $69,000 we are in price discovery again, and if we're going into price discovery the price will just go up. Like, there won't be any breaks on it. It'll go up to 70, then it'll go up to 80, then 90, then 100. And then 100 we're likely to get a big over rejection just because it's a natural level of resistance again. But there isn't really, from a psychological perspective, any resistance on Bitcoin until Bitcoin reaches $100,000. So that's quite scary, especially considering that if you were in a short position, that thing could run into a significant loss, which is why you've got to be disciplined with those stop losses, especially if you are going to be shorting in this market. Now, if you are going to be trading in this market, I'd highly recommend check out PHEMEX. You'll find a link for it in today's video description. There are no deposit and withdrawal restrictions on PHEMEX. There's no need for KYC on PHEMEX. And if you use the link in today's video description, you get it to $8,800 for free. You can see that we took the short position here on PHEMEX the other day. We took profits right down at the bottom, and since then we've been out of a trade over on PHEMEX. But if you want to follow more of my PHEMEX trades, again, join Crypto Saving Experts Discord group. For now, though, back to the prices. Why am I more bullish on altcoins than I am on Bitcoin? Well, look at this Ethereum chart here. This is what I talk about when we say coming down and retesting a previous level of support. That's exactly what we did on Ethereum the other day. We actually even came down and retested the lower level of support, which is particularly bullish. Look at that. We came all the way down, retested the bottom of this channel, and bounced all the way back up again. Ethereum, oh damn it, I've gone off the page. Let's go over to this one here, and that's the indicator that we've been developing for a while. Anyway, the point is, you can see that actually the indicator caught this long position all the way up here. It even caught this short position here, and then it caught the long position all the way up here, and it remained long throughout this entire dip. It didn't actually close its long position, which is quite impressive, to be honest. Anyway, point is, when it comes to the price of Ethereum right now, this is a very big bounce. And this very big bounce is to the tune of 18% in 20 hours. The question that you've got to ask yourself is that sustainable? And where is all this profit going to go? That is absolutely sustainable considering the state of the market, and all of that profit is going to go somewhere. From my perspective, that profit is going to go into the altcoin market, and that is exactly what we're going to look at next here in today's video. There's a few altcoins that I'm tipping to be quite good at the moment, one of which is LBP. LBP, if we look at its all-time price chart here, or on the monthly chart, you can see that, let's just reset the scale. There we go. It's just starting to loop back around. Now, its all-time highs are up here at 3 cents. Currently, the price is 15 times lower than its all-time high. Not only is it 15 times lower than its all-time high, but also it's now, here it had no utility. Now it's got lots of utility. It's literally just starting to grow, and hopefully over time that continues to grow. Other coins that I'm looking at right now that I'm quite bullish on is, one is MBS, because they've been making a huge bunch of improvements, and again you can see price still very much in the toilet on MBS. Corti has had a huge pump up over the course of the past month, but yesterday had a price reset down to 13 cents and has now resumed trading here at 19 cents. So again, that is very bullish news for Corti, because it shows there's a lot of buying demand there for it, and that for me makes me want to buy more Corti, because this is kind of like a bullish hammer candle, to be honest. And a bullish hammer candle, it's like an inverse bullish hammer candle, but still it's bullish, and I expect this to come up and at least retest its all-time highs, so at least a 3 to 5x from here. But from my perspective, Corti in this bull run target at least $1, maybe even as high as $5. Polkadot is another coin that I expect is going to go very well. You can see again, it's just starting to loop around. But when you compare these monthly charts with that of Ethereum, which has had all of this growth recently, with that of Bitcoin, which has had all of this growth recently, the altcoins just don't resemble them yet. And for me, that's where we're going to make the most amount of money. Ace is looking okay, to be honest. It's been growing quite significantly, but Sandbox is not. Look at that Sandbox all the way down at its bottom still. This stuff is probably in this range right here, just before it all goes completely crazy. it will go crazy at some point. We've probably got 2 to 3 months of absolute craziness before we get some kind of absolutely savage drop. So make sure in the next 2 to 3 months, you're taking profit on your trades. That is important. Make sure you're taking profit all the way up so that when it does drop back to the downside, you're able to buy those dips. Also, there's another coin that I want to bring to your attention here, which is called Chainflip. There's Chainflip and Infra. Chainflip has actually been an absolute charge recently, but it's only going up quite slow. If you look here, this is $5, this is $8. So it's increased about 60% over the course of the past month, but it continually goes up and up and up. And over time, like you can see, I charted it when it first came out and I saw it was breaking down, bought a bunch of it down here at $4. So I'm 2x on my Chainflip right now, but I actually think Chainflip's gonna at least triple from here, which means I'm very bullish on Chainflip. There's one more thing that we need to bring to your attention in today's video, and that is today's cryptocurrency news with an ex-Ethereum miner stating how proof of stake will benefit the price this cycle. Give them more of a read on cryptosavingexpert.com. Bitcoin CEX trading volume reaches 2021 high as Bitcoin crossed $69,000. Coinbase's lawyers have requested the court to revoke the SEC's labeling of secondary crypto sales. Do Kwon's Montenegrin saga continues. He will not be extradited from Montenegro, which is interesting. Bored Ape Yacht Club holders begin to capitulate. Long-term holders of the collection are beginning to offload their NFTs amid a crumbling floor price. Again, go to cryptosavingexpert.com. We've invested so much in this, and soon you'll be able to invest in Crypto Saving Expert, which is quite exciting. Alien CryptoPunks are selling for 16 million, which is crazy, and Bitcoin has broken its 4-year cycle. Read all of those articles on Crypto Saving Expert. Have a fantastic day. If you are interested in trading, check out PHEMEX, link in today's video description. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.